Good morning. Welcome to Rossum Reports Live. Boy, we have a lot going on. They finally did it. The Fed lowered interest rates, but you're not going to believe this. Rates are actually up this morning. They're up today. So we're going to figure out why that's happening and get to the bottom of that. You're probably hearing a lot of personal finance experts out there talking above our heads a little bit, definitely above mine a little. But I've kind of been researching this for the past 24 hours, and I feel I'm a bit of an expert now, and we're going to bring on experts, but we're going to talk about what you really care about. Is it time to sell your house? Should you refinance? We're just going to get right to the bottom of it. And if you are selling your house, we have some really cool tips about the really, really cheap things you can do right now at home to sell it for thousands. So basically spend $150 on Amazon lighting and actually make another $10,000 on your sale price. So we're going to give you a couple of those really easy tips if you're selling your house or if you just want to do some home improvements yourself anyway. Amazon Prime Day coming up in October, but they've just dropped some sales, some early sales. We have them. I've been combing through the list. I have the top 5, and you can save like 20, 30, up to 40% on some really cool items right now. I'm exposing something called surveillance pricing. This is nuts. It's how places like Amazon and other retailers can actually charge you more money just based on when you log in from your browser. How much do you normally spend? Where do you live? We're going to get into all that and also how to beat the system. In the meantime, by the way, it's National Cheeseburger Day. So we have some really cool fast food deals that are happening today only, September 18th. And it's like free cheeseburgers. And I'm going to give you all the places and how to get them, but it's a limited time offer, like 50-cent cheeseburgers, BOGO deals, all that. For all of you joining, we really appreciate it. Like this video. If you can right now, just smash that like button for me. It really helps. We're live on YouTube and Facebook, helps with the algorithm, helps get us out to more people. Subscribe to our channel as well so you get notified of all of our live events and when we drop deals and we have our real-time scam alerts. And join the chat as well. We want to hear from you. And I love hearing where you guys are from. I was actually on yesterday and I was looking like we have some international stuff going on too. So all over the country, plus worldwide. Drop us a comment. Let us know, where you are. We want to see everything. All right, let's get right to it with the interest rate. So the Fed cut it yesterday by 0.25%, exactly as we expected. They expect maybe 1 or 2 more rate cuts this year, but believe it or not, as I mentioned, rates are going up. So I was actually thinking this would flip from a buyer's market in most of the country to a seller's market almost overnight, but that's not happening. I want to bring in Giselle Gastel, a real estate agent from New Jersey, Coldwell Banker. And Giselle, we were just talking a couple of minutes ago. Rates are up this morning. What is that about? How do they drop rates and rates are up?
I know, because the Fed cut doesn't always correlate with the mortgage interest rate, right? So I know we typically tend to loop those two together and say, hey, if one goes down, the other's going to go down as well. But that's not the case, because why that's happening is that these investors, right, that are putting out the interest rates, they don't feel stable yet. They don't feel comfortable with the job market report. They don't feel comfortable with the inflation report yet. So that's why rates have actually gone up by 1/4 point as of yesterday, about 2 hours after the announcement was made. We started getting some notifications about that.
So, I was thinking, hey, there are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines right now who want to sell their house. They want to refinance, but they were waiting for these rates to come down, waiting for some buyers to be like, ooh, I can get a good deal now. And so sellers can raise their prices. You're saying, would you sell right now if you were on the fence right now? What's your message to our viewers? Put it up on the market or not?
I would sell. I think there's always an opportunity. Like I tell my clients, I say, hey, if you're selling now, let's say you may get a little less than you thought. You're also buying for less than you thought too, right? If you're doing that exchange. So it's a great time you have to ride the market and see how it's going, but it makes sense. If you have a need, do it. There's not a reason right now to stop just because of a 0.25% interest rate increase. I do also believe that probably within a month, we'll see that start to go down because they will start to see things stabilizing. And then it'll go back down to where we were right before this, right? The thing with that is also remember when you're selling, you have to buy in that market too. So if it's going to be more competitive on your sales side, it's going to be more competitive on your buy side too. So you have to know both sides of it.
Let's talk about refinancing, because a lot of people wonder, should I refinance now? Should I not refinance now? And tell me if I've always heard, because when you refinance, there are closing costs associated with that.
Absolutely. Yes, there are.
So what I've heard is a good sort of way to know this, because all of you watching at home, you know your own interest rates and it's all different. Take your interest rate, check with the lender to see what the rate they're going to give you is. And the only way it's really worth it to refinance is if it's a point less or more, right? Like a point or more lower rate. That's really the only time it makes sense to refinance.
Jeff, I agree with that. No, I agree with that 100%. I think it needs to make financial sense. What I say is it needs to make sense in dollars, right? In both ways. So what that means is there is cost associated with refinancing. You're not just going to your lender and saying, hey, rates are down, let's just get this done. There is closing costs, like you mentioned. So you need to weigh those costs with what you're saving on the monthly. And unless it's a point lower, it's probably not going to make sense.
Okay, what are closing costs normally for a refinance? Like, what can I usually anticipate?
Well, let me bring in an expert on this one, because I have a lender right next to me. Actually, her name is Catalina.
Isn't that convenient?
Yes. We're actually at a conference, a real estate conference together today.
Hey, yeah. Carolina, perfect time for this.
Hi, guys. Hi.
What are typical closing costs on a refinance? Like, what can I expect for that?
So the typical closing cost for a refinance could range anywhere from 2 to 4%, depending on where you're doing your refinance at.
Got it. So if I'm looking at if I have a $500,000 house, I mean, it could cost upwards of $20,000 in closing costs.
Yes, and especially depending on the amount you're refinancing, because that depends also on what type of title charges you get, depending on the loan amount. So it does affect. People should be very cautious of the fees that they're being charged before they actually commit to the refinance. And remember, this could all be presented to you as a client before you even commit to signing a mortgage application.
As a mortgage broker, do you think rates are going to come down? When do you think they'll come down again? Because I mean, I thought they would go down already because the Fed did, but they're raised.
I don't want you guys to write this in stone, but I think it's going to take probably a month or month and a half for whatever went up today because of yesterday to come back down. The good thing is that we were at a good point with rates when this cut happened, right? So as a mortgage broker, I was seeing rates for a typical profile of a client between 5.875 to 6.5. That's as a broker though, not a direct lender. So the rates do change when you go to a direct lender because, you know,
are they better or worse?
They're worse.
Okay, great. Okay, got it. Yeah. And just one other quick question for Giselle. I appreciate it, Carolina. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
I do want to talk about, because there are a lot of people, Giselle, who they do want to sell their house right now. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about today is the little things you can do around your house to improve the price. I saw a great YouTube video you made about this. I actually spent some time with a realtor recently for my previous TV job, and we went through all of this. And we actually have some video of that, of things you can do right now. You can literally go on Amazon, spend a couple $100 and add thousands and thousands to your resale value. Let's roll that tape, Mike. I mean, kitchens are like everything.
Kitchen is everything. I've seen people buy a house or not buy a house just based on this kitchen.
All right, so you were telling me that you like these countertops.
I do. The countertops are good.
These
they're
what?
modern.
They're bright.
They're bright. Very inviting. Love the countertops.
Talk to me about the cabinets.
Cabinets, you know, they're a little bit dated. If it were me, I would paint them white.
So white cabinets are what's selling right now.
White cabinets, black hardware. I think you can't go wrong.
How much would it be? I mean, that sounds expensive to replace cabinets.
If you're going to replace them, I would say about $10,000. However,
a lot of people don't have that money.
They don't. And here's a hack. You can either paint them yourself, or if you have somebody do it for you, it's about $1,000.
Next, swap out that old hardware. We found this 40-pack of black cabinet pulls on Amazon for just $34, and that'll cover your whole kitchen.
It's going to hold the value of your home. So you want to do that if you're planning to sell.
And here's the after pick. This is one of Erin's recent listings. Those cabinets, yeah, they were spray painted. The new hardware, yep, from Amazon, and it looks amazing. Oh, and those lights over the island, $170 on Amazon.
How cool is that? Then we have some outside stuff too. Let's roll that.
That's awesome.
I want to give you some hacks here because you have a few choices, right? You have mulch, you can do mulch. Then we've also laid out some rocks over here, different kinds of rocks. And you want to know what's the best way to sell your house. So Erin is back. All right, so mulch versus rocks.
Mulch is fine. It's going to be the cheapest option. It's quick, it's easy. You can mulch your yard in probably a couple hours in an afternoon. Cheap option, I would go with the dark mulch. but look how nice rocks look. You don't have to touch these for years on end versus the mulch every couple months.
And for curb appeal, you're saying when I pull up, this looks what, cleaner?
It looks cleaner, more inviting. Everything's kind of set.
By the way, just to give you an idea, we bought basically all these rocks for under $100. These are cheaper than the smooth ones.
Yes. Either one, based on price point and what you're comfortable with, pick either rock. And you could honestly do this yourself. So it's not a big deal. It takes an afternoon. Pick out some beautiful rocks and make your curb appeal that much nicer.
But her white suit will get all dirty. But yeah, actually, we have somebody was just asking about a HELOC before we get to more tips.
Oh, yeah.
What about a HELOC? What's your advice on HELOCs?
Come on and speak as the expert.
Carolina.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So HELOCs are very beneficial when you have very good equity. There's a lot of people coming to get HELOCs looking to get more than $150,000. And at that point, it's not really beneficial because a HELOC does have regular fees. Unless you're doing them with your commercial bank, like a Bank of America, a Chase, they tend to waive the origination fee for you.
Otherwise, not worth it.
Otherwise, it's not worth it. I mean, again, you have to have huge equity, and it has to be for a good cause. Because remember, most interest rates on HELOCs are ARM rates.
Yeah.
And if you want a fixed rate, it's going to be a higher rate. So just take a look at the fine print and the cost if it's going to be worth it for you as an individual to do this.
That's cool. Thanks, Carol. Just when you think Carolina's gone, she slides back in because we need her.
Isn't it great? Come on in.
Yeah, thank God you're at a real estate conference. Really fortuitous for us. And so you saw those tips. Paint the kitchen cabinets, the cheap lights, the hardware. I saw you nodding yes the whole time. The rocks outside. What are some other tips you have we can do around our own house right now to increase value?
I think the number one tip as a seller is zero cost. Actually, it is just decluttering your home. I cannot stress this enough. How much people feel more invited, more welcome. Those photos, which are your first impression, look so much better when it's minimalist, when they can envision themselves and you're giving them an aspirational lifestyle in the photography and video that you're presenting, which is what we saw in the after effect of that kitchen, right? Everything was clean. There were no kitchen appliances. Who cooks? Nobody, right? That's the kind of life. That's what it is. Another great tip, I think, because I've had a lot of clients tell me, Giselle, my tiles in my bathroom, I want to change them, or my tub, it's, this color. I go, listen, the tiles are in great condition. You don't want to redo the bathroom. Glazing them is something that's so much more cost efficient. And it makes a huge impact. Yeah, it's a material that they come over and you can pick it and you can just have it go over and it'll be white. You can get a company to do it. And I had a seller do this recently. So their tile, the bathroom tub, everything looked nice and white and everything was in great condition. And their home sold for over $100,000 over asking price.
That's great. And so no matter what color, if you have gross yellow tile, it'll go right over and it'll be white tile.
Exactly. And it lasts for like 3 to 5 years. So it's a good investment for your money because it lasts a long time. Buyers will typically change it out anyway. So then you get your return immediately.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah. Great tips. Giselle and Carolina, and you're at the real estate conference. I love it. So report back to us and tell us what everyone's talking about today.
Oh, we're happy to do so. We'll give you guys a heads up.
Giselle, thank you so much from Coldwell Banker in New Jersey. And here's to more happy closings for you and all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. All right.
Thank you, Carolina. Hi, Carolina. Thank you. All right. Bye. See you later, guys. Hope that helps. And keep your questions coming because we'll update this chat all day and I'll continue talking to all of my sources and my contacts from real estate to mortgage brokers, and we'll answer as many of your questions as we can all day. Even if you're not watching this live and you're watching the replay, I'm always on the chat. I don't have much of a life. I do want to talk about how to save on Amazon. But speaking of Amazon and buying hardware and stuff for your kitchen, Amazon Prime Day is coming up October 7th and 8th. So we're still weeks away from that, but some early sales and some early deals just dropped. And Mike and I, my producer, have been going through them, and we picked the top 5 that we like. So we're going to call some of these up right now. And these are live right now on Amazon. The first one, let's call it up, the Anchor Nano. It's a USB-C charger. This thing was $40. Discounted now to $26, $14 savings, 35%. So little stuff like this, I think, is great because we're always losing chargers at our house. So that's on sale. The next one, this is really cool. Apple AirPods, the Pro 2s. These are the nice ones. The previous price, $249. That's what they've been sitting at for a while. They're really discounted down to $199 for the Apple AirPod Pro 2s. That's a 20% discount. Again, live on Amazon right now. These are ahead of Prime Day. Third one, number 3 that I liked, Roborock, the Q7, the robot vacuum and mop. This thing is really cool. I've actually used this myself. I've tested this one. Really good. Normally $430. So this one is pricey, but you can get a 35% discount on Amazon right now. It's now only $280. I think that's worth it because I've tested robot vacuums in this kind of $430 range. And then I've also tested them in like the $280 range. And there's a big drop off. But if you can get this $430 one for $280, that's pretty cool. 2 more for you. This Pro Power Station. This thing is massive. If you don't like having like a million chargers all over the house, you can plug a bunch into this thing. Normally $529, a little out of my price range, pretty expensive, but it's marked down to $379, 28% discount on this. And the final one, this is really good. The Dyson Ball Animal Upright Vacuum. And again, if you can't write all these down fast enough, as soon as we're done live, this is going to be there for you and you can pause it and you can go check it. This is the Dyson Ball Animal Upright Vacuum. So when you search it, normally $660. This stuff is so expensive. Marked down now, though, by 32%. $211 savings. It's now $449. So $660 down to $449 for that Dyson. Pretty cool. By the way, a couple other things I want to mention about this. So Amazon's, hello. Oh, we really like that Dyson. We're keeping it on screen. This thing is, we have toaster ovens in there. We had a lot of stuff going on. Target Circle Week is going to compete with Amazon a little bit. So the Amazon event is only 2 days, October 7th and 8th. Target is going to be October 5th through the 11th. So Target's doing a whole week there, and they're starting a couple days earlier, and they're going several days later. So the thing about Amazon that I want you to do when you're in the middle of the Prime days or even right now, check Target, check Walmart for the same exact thing, because even though Amazon may put something on sale, you may still have a way to get it cheaper somewhere else. And that actually brings me to what I want to talk about next, which is super important: fake sales. Fake sales on Amazon. They happen all the time, especially ahead of these Prime days. And this is a big alert for you guys, and I'm going to tell you how to beat it. So get your phones out. Where's mine? Get your phones out, because I'm about to walk you through how to figure out if you're getting a real deal or if it's fake. Because sometimes what these manufacturers of the products do is, pisses me off, they raise the price artificially days or even a week or 2 weeks before the big sale. So that way they can drop it down to where they would normally sell it. And guess what? They're like, it's 30% off, but it's BS. It's not really 30% off. So I actually want to walk you through this on Amazon. So all of us together, open your Amazon app. So my Amazon app is open. This is live right now. I'm just going to choose on a random thing. This is the main page. I'm going to click on that. Hopefully it calls it up. Okay, so there's that. I want you to scroll right over here. You see in this corner, you see that little orange and blue thing right there? That's Amazon's AI. It's called Rufus. And you're going to get all of this. You're going to get a bunch of questions, right? And you can ask Rufus anything. One of the last one is going to be show price history. That's the one I want you to hit. So for this particular item, we're going to look live at the past 30 days. Let me put on my glasses. You can actually check the pricing of the last 30 days or the last 90 days. So this is the last 30 days. So this is us right now. But look at that. It was the same price, right? Back on August 20th. So you can actually see they raised it, then they brought it back down again. If you want to go back 90 days, look at that. That's the 90-day chart. So if you were kind of right over here, you were getting the best deal ever. But right now, look at that. It's pretty high. I would actually wait to buy this. I wouldn't buy this right now because they're willing to go lower. They did, back in, it looks like July. So you can do that for every single thing, which is really, really cool. Another thing I want you to we have some photos of this too. When they try to add urgency and the strike through of the price, right? They strike through the price, something like this, it's 30% off. The list price is, what is that? $3.99, cross that out. Don't pay any attention to that. Don't pay any attention to that. Instead, I want you to use Rufus. Okay. I want you to use Rufus. Look at my dog. Look at my screensaver. How cute is that? Oh, it's with these glasses. It's Nugget. I don't know where he is. Where is Nugget? Anyway, so use Rufus, but also some other great ones that I want to put you on your web browser. Honey, Camel, and Keepa. All of those show Amazon price histories, and they actually have an added benefit because they'll give you real-time alerts when the prices are dropping, which I think is really, really cool. The other thing I want you to do is look for hidden coupons on Amazon. So it's a little green thing. I think we have a photo of kind of what that looks like. It's these coupons that, for example, if it's a $32.99 item, you'll actually see that you can, is this the right one? Mike, is this the right one? Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you for dropping that. Yeah, you can apply the 20% coupon. So I always want you to look for that. The other thing I want you to always look for is who's selling it. Okay. Always try to go with Amazon. When you have a third-party sellers, and you can see it right there, sold by, and you can see that's not Amazon, that's some third-party seller. There are a lot of third-party sellers on Amazon, tons of them, and a lot of them are above board. I want you to double-check the reviews, and remember, once you have a third party, you don't have the same return policies necessarily. It gets a little more difficult. So there is a way to figure out what these fake sales are and ways to protect yourself on Amazon. But there's something that's getting harder and harder to protect ourselves from. And that is, and this is not just Amazon. This is going to anger you. Amazon, Walmart, Target, all the retailers. I mean, if you go online, we know Big Brother's watching us. They're watching what we do. But this is nuts. They're now changing pricing based on where you live, how much money you spend, right? Amazon's like, ooh, Jeff's willing to spend some money on blankety blank. We're going to give him a different price. You could be searching for the same item at the same exact time at a different house, and we're going to get totally different prices because Big Brother is watching us and going into our history. I have a way to beat this. There's a way to beat the system on this. I'll get to in a moment. But first, I want to show you this clip. This reporter tried it live on camera from the CBS local station in Boston. This was fascinating to me. Take a look.
Something I believe I experienced when I was shopping for a swim backpack for my daughter online. I'd been Googling the item she wanted for days from my cell phone, but one evening I happened to be on my laptop when I found the cheapest price yet on Amazon. Since I have the app on my iPhone, I tried to switch to my cell to make the purchase. But when I did, the price was suddenly $57.11, about $7 more. I thought it must be a mistake, so I used the share function and emailed myself the link from my laptop. But the backpack still showed up as more expensive once I opened it on my phone. 2 different prices on 2 different devices at the exact same time.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, look at that. It's right there, right in front of you. So watch out for that. So here's how you want to avoid that. There are a couple things you can do. First of all, I want you to use a go on DuckDuckGo. Again, one of these kind of incognito things where you can search and it doesn't contain your other search history. So DuckDuckGo is a great one. It's safe. It's legit. The other thing you can do is right on your computer, go to incognito mode. And that way, Amazon, Walmart, Target, they don't know your entire history. They're not sort of downloading that. So use those browser extensions. Again, it's the way to beat this, but they're watching. And another thing you can do, which is I do this sometimes too, even in the same house, I'll check a price and then I'll say to my wife, hey, check this on your phone and we'll get different prices because she has a different Amazon account and it's literally looking at our accounts and what we spend and the same exact thing at the same time. Try this in your house right now or when we're done with somebody in your house or a friend. Call a friend up and say, hey, I'm sending you a link. Tell me what price you're getting. Same item. It's really nuts. There is something that can help you, though. There's a special coupon site. It's called Coupon AI. Coupon is spelled with a K, so KOUPON.ai. And Mike, my producer Mike, you went on there, right? And you found some deals.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey.
I did go on this. So when this was brought to my attention, I'll be honest with you, I thought this was majorly BS.
Yeah.
And
I thought
mind
so
you,
too.
and guys, please forgive me. I'm producing and co-hosting at the same time, so I'm going to be looking off to the side for a second. So I'm going to walk you through what I did. So as you can see here, hold on, so you can see all of us, our beautiful face. Okay, maybe we can't. So let's just say you found these golf rangefinder glasses, or whatever you want to call this, like a magnifying glass, binoculars, whatever you want to call them. So they're claiming that these were $49.99 and you can get them for 75%. I'm sorry, they are after a 75% off discount from $200 to $50.
Wow.
So what I was kind of like, I don't know about this, because they were requiring me to make a login. And that's where I always get weird when somebody wants my email address or my date of birth. But I said, all right, what the hell?
When they're giving you a free service, you're the product, right?
Correct. I mean, and I'm also the guinea pig for Austin Reports here. So I said,
are.
what the hell, guys? For you, I'll do it. And I'm going to take the chance. So I made a login. It was very easy. It was like one of those where it's like, hey, log in with Google, and it's kind of like a secure website where you're not really typing in your password. You're just kind of clicking into it. So I made an account. It was stupid easy. I think they asked me just to click on a link to confirm my email address, and now I'm in. So I'm going
and it was free. It's free.
It's totally free. We were not, as of this moment, I was not charged for anything. So I think we're in the clear.
Okay.
So when I clicked on these golf rangefinder binoculars, if you guys can see in the middle of the screen, there's like a green button that says copy and use code. This long code popped up, ACE PFS 501. So I clicked it and it copied it to my browser. Then I went to Amazon. So now as you can see on Amazon, this is the normal price. It's about $140. And there even was, if you notice in the red, there was a coupon code. And it's a little misleading because it's not $120 off. It's just $20 off. So I applied it to my cart. I pasted the code. And ready, guys? Voila! It was successful. So now I'm like, all right, I'm very jaded. I actually go to my my cart. Boom. That was, if we remember, $140. I'm only paying $53.49 after tax.
That's crazy.
That is pretty kick-ass in my book.
But it wasn't the same price they said it would be.
It was, I think it might be because of taxes, because I live in New Jersey and I think our taxes are a little bit higher. So yes, it was about $3 or $4 more. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. It's not $200.
Yeah, it was
for an extra $3. Can I really complain about?
And that's pretty cool that it interacts with the Amazon site that easily and brought the promo code over. That's pretty cool.
Stupid easy. My grandmother can do it. It was so easy. It literally, and if I recall correctly, when I clicked on it, it actually opened up Amazon for me. Less clicks, just paste it into the browser, and then you do your normal checkout. And it's not just this product. I didn't take pictures for everything because I didn't want to bore everyone, but I did test it on like 4 or 5 products from different categories. I did lifestyle, I did outdoor decorations and outdoor furniture. It all worked. And it's not just coupon codes. It actually labels the different products that are already on sale that don't even require a coupon code. And from what I've understood from the website, again, I'm doing the research so you guys don't have to, it actually learns what your likes are. So the next time I pop in my case, it'll be workout equipment and sneakers, things that I'm constantly on the hunt for. So whatever it is that floats your boat, if you keep clicking on it, the algorithm learns what you like and it creates a tailored shopping experience for you, aka tailored savings experience for you.
By the way, they're not sponsoring this. This is legit. We actually just found this and we checked it out.
If somebody's paying, it's certainly not me. So we are not being sponsored
getting paid for
right
that.
now.
So that's Coupon AI, KOU. So it's coupon with
it's
a K.
basically coupon. You replace the K. They make it cool. They put a K instead of a C. It's exactly what it is.
.ai. Very cool. Thanks, Mike, for doing that.
No problem, guys. I will see you in the comments.
Yeah, we'll see you there. And the final thing I want to talk about before we go, it's National Cheeseburger Day today. I'm so psyched about this. Literally at midnight last night. It wasn't Cheeseburger Day yet. I didn't get the deal, but I crushed 2 McDoubles. I'm feeling it today. But anyway, it's National Cheeseburger Day today. There are BOGO deals. There are free cheeseburgers available. I want to run you through some of these. McDonald's today, you can get a double cheeseburger for just 50 cents in the app. So go to the McDonald's. You need the McDonald's app. All the apps are free to sign up for. You know that. Get in there, sign up. Double cheeseburger, 50 cents today only. Burger King, free cheeseburger with any purchase of $1 or more in the app. So Burger King app, free cheeseburger. Spend the buck. Great. Buffalo Wild Wings, they have BOGO burgers all day today. And again, these are only for rewards members. So you got to go into the Buffalo Wild Wings app. Again, it's free. Sign up, take advantage and get free stuff today. 2 more, Smash Burger. Any single Smash Burger for $4.99 today. The other deals are a little better. Free, 50 cents. And then Carl's Jr. half-priced Western cheeseburgers with a large drink today only in the app. So for all these, you got to do the app. So National Cheeseburger Day. We love it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, keep the comments coming, and do me a favor. If you're watching this right now, you just joined, hit the like button for us. Really helps us out. We are going to be live on YouTube and Facebook a lot more. Let us know what you want out of the show as well. Join the chat, join the community, and subscribe to the channel so you're notified as well whenever we drop new content, deals, rip-offs, scam alerts, all of it. Thanks again, Mike. Have a great day, and have a great day to you guys at home too. See ya.